Okay, guys, so we are starting. Um, that's actually winter in Tel Aviv, Israel. As you can see, it's not really winter. It's quite nice weather. And we are in Hayarkon Park. Hayarkon Park actually that's an amazing park in Tel Aviv, which is one in, let's say, the only green places that you can find in the area of Tel Aviv. Of course, there are many green places in Israel. That's like, let's compare it to Central Park in New York City. And we are actually now in a place which is under construction, under development. They are, as you can see, building here a new areas where they wish that animals that used to be here in the past will back to the area of Tel Aviv. And I will show in a second which type of animals, but there are many kind of animals, jackals, you have many others type of fish, and snakes, birds. There is a huge bird park, which is quite not known for many in Israel, but it's actually one of the most amazing bird park that you can find in Israel, that actually attracts different sorts of birds that are coming to Tel Aviv, arriving from different parts in Israel, in the Middle East, and even from Africa. So let's make a small tour. So first of all, you can see that's the animals that it's called the winter pool, that they are wishing to attract to that pool. You can see different kind of frogs, different kinds of animals that will hopefully will be attracted and will settle here in that area. Now we are looking on that area. It's under construction, under development. As you can see forward, if you look forward, that's the place where there is the Hayarkon river. You cannot see it now, but maybe later we can give a look. Okay, so if you walk here, you can see the beautiful green, the flowers that they're just trying to put here. So actually that's Tel Aviv in COVID-19 time. It's quite a sunny day. People can go around and travel, although people are mainly stay home. So again, in that area, and the park is huge, but in that area, one of the goals is to create different pools, and those pools should attract different animals and different birds. And you see all the vegetation around. Beautiful, no? So that part is actually not very open, but you can still have some access to that zone. Although it's not really open to the public, it's still under quiet development. Wow, that's beautiful. So here you can see the different flowers, and again the purpose of that project in Hayarkon Park is to bring back different types of flowers and vegetation and animals that used to be here. And along the development of Tel Aviv and the development of that area and all across the beach of Israel, they actually disappeared. And now that's a project to bring back all of those species that used to be here, small animals, birds, and different types. And they also bring back the flowers. And the main goal, the philosophy behind that project is to make sure that the animals, the vegetation, the flowers, everything is from the type that used to be here, to bring back the nature to the place it used to be before, which is quite, of course, a challenge when you are speaking about area which is in the middle of a very urban area, Tel Aviv, and there is Ramat Gan, which is a city close to Tel Aviv, a city of a center of business and a center of many different corporates, law firms, and the like. So all those roads, those routes are actually under construction. They are now trying to rebuild those areas, and that's a part of Hayarkon Park, which is more close to Ramat Gan, which is quite close to Tel Aviv city. And you can walk from different cities across the Hayarkon Park. It can be mainly, of course, Ramat Gan and Tel Aviv, but also other cities around. And the river itself is crossing in many places in the central part of Israel. Wow, that's an amazing weather. It used to be in the recent days quite rainy, but today you can see it's a very nice, shiny, warmy. The temperature is wonderful, and that's a challenge, of course. Many people cannot stay home due to the wonderful weather, and they are preferring to go around, have some travel. You cannot go too much away, but you can be in a quite close distance to the place where you are living. So where shall we go now? Okay, maybe let's do that area.
לא, אבל זה חדש כנראה, שעכשיו מטפחים את זה.
I'm trying to look. There are a few birds here in Israel, mainly in Hayarkon Park, which are not originally from Israel, like the green drara, which have been brought to Israel. And as you know, it's a very basic thing that it's a risk if you are bringing a species of animal which is not originally, mainly in the natural balance in the nature. It's a very unique animal called the green garbage. No, I'm joking. Unbelievable. That's a winter time, huh? So a small story about those trees. I'm not sure if, but I assume that the name in English is eucalyptus. It has been brought to Israel from Australia many years ago, when Israel used to be very young. And the reason to bringing them into Israel were very unique. The malaria. There've been a lot of malaria cases in Israel due to the water that used to be all around. And those trees are really drinkers. They drink a lot of water, and they assisted in drying the area and make sure that the malaria cases will be mitigated. But there is always, of course, the other side. And the other side, when you are changing the area, you're changing the nature, also a lot of species, and of course the development as part of Israel developing along the years, due to the fact that many species of animals and different kind of flowers has been disappeared. So I think that we will back, guys.